Today we're checking out Jack White's new album No Name at the request of a close friend of mine who texted me saying, "Do me a favor and listen to this ASAP, it rips." So this one's for you. This is going to be a casual reaction, so we're just going to listen to the music and I'll make my comments as we listen through. We won't be checking out the lyrics today, just going to see what the vibe of the music is like. The first song is Old Scratch Blues. This reminds me of the Raconteurs. I saw them live once. This production is so interesting. It's kind of lo-fi-ish, but at the same time, everything is really well balanced and pops in a really heavy way. Was that a little roll on his oar? This goes so hard. I kind of would like it to be a metal song, because it sounds like a metal riff. I guess technically you could call it metal. I'm kind of in love with this production. It's so rough, but in the best way possible. It's kind of risky for like a modern artist to go this route with the production. Maybe I listen to too much overproduced music. Ooh. Bit proggy. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's awesome. What is that sound? That's an organ? I'm in love with the production. That's nasty. Ooh. Drawing out the chords. Okay. Awesome. I love the overall sound of that track and the production, the instrumental. The song itself, the vocals and the vocal melodies aren't really my thing. I prefer something a bit more melodic, but we'll see how this goes. He's a great singer, of course. I'm really talking about the melodic writing. His vocal delivery is insane. I'm kind of getting a little White Stripes from this. I remember him being more experimental than this, and not to say that this isn't experimental, but it has like beautiful hints of spicy instrumentalism. Experimentalism, I suppose, if that's a word. But it has a nice straightforward groove. It's a cool mix of approaches to songwriting. I like this part. That's the sort of melodic vocal that I love. Not a bad track. I preferred the first one. That second one was a little more straightforward. Again, great vocal delivery, and I liked that song melody in the middle. That was really, really lovely. Like that hi-hat coming in. This one is cute. That riff motif is a little repetitive for me, but I like the little different instrumental details here and there. Yeah, this song is giving very classic rock or classic punk, which is not a style I'm usually into. And I was aware I'd get some songs like this in this album, but that's why I like a challenge. I like being challenged, you know? I do like that hi-hat. It is cool how it is the same motif throughout the song, but it's just given different textures slightly. The bass sounds so juicy there. But probably my least favorite so far. I think number 1 really hit me hard. This is Archbishop Harold Holmes. I like that title. Where are we going with this? Hi, just a quick note. I do call some of the songs by the wrong names in this reaction. I do apologize for that. I was just misreading the playlist. So I hope you enjoy the reaction regardless. Thanks. There's some really cool harmonic stuff going on in this riff. That's a good groove. This sounds like what Harold Holmes's personal music collection would sound like. There's sort of a chromatic thing going on with the riff, which is really cool. This part is so pretty, I really like it. I'd love to get more melodic vocals from him. Obviously, he's great at the intensity and the delivery, but a lot of it is very yelled, very spoken, very, like, barked, I suppose. And I'd love more song melodies from him, because I know he can do it. What a sick guitar solo. I love how it's so loud in the mix too. It's very unapologetic. It's like really in your face. That is so cool. I don't know how they pulled that off mixing wise. I say they, assuming there's others involved in this production. He could have completely mixed and mastered this himself for all I know. This part's kind of weird. I like it. The wah-wahs. This song slaps. I think this final reprise of the chorus is a little unnecessary, but it's all good. Oh. A lovely pretty major chord to finish off. Next is Bombing Out. This is reminding me of, I could get this wrong, Beastie Boys? Aren't they like a like early 90s rap group or something? It has that like old school rap flavor, that verse. I love the groove of that riff. His vocal delivery is top tier. I agree.
I realize that you have tried and are just about ready to give up. But I got good news for you. God has spoken to my mind and told me to tell you to get moving in the right direction for a change. I'm gonna put you in the fast lane.
It's like a pastor.
You need to see me right away so I can fix this up. You need to see me right away. You need to see me.
Love that space for just his voice and the drums.
You need to see me right about now. God of 7, open up the windows of heaven and pour out a rich and mighty blessing. Not on this town or her town, but your town.
Really curious as to what these lyrics are about.
I have a special financial blessing that once I have placed in your hand. Yeah, I want you to begin using this blessing on the very first day that you can.
Spitting.
And if you are suffering a strange sickness, or someone is blocking up all of your success,
That cadence. Love it.
you need to see me right away so I can fix this up. Sounds sincerely yours in faith, love, and peace, your friend Archbishop.
That song reminded me of a track called X Marks the Spot by a band called Sonata Arctica. Similar rock track where there's pastor spoken words in it. It was pretty good. Not entirely my thing, but I appreciate the experimentation for sure. What's the Rumpus? This one is really rough production-wise. It sounds like a demo.
You're handing out sacrifices for anyone who wants less than more, or more than less.
I love the percussion on this. Not sure if there's really a song there though, you know, like it sounds like a really rough idea kind of thrown together, which I guess is the appeal of it, probably. But it doesn't strike me as a song that would be particularly difficult for him to write. Sounds like very improv. I had to check to make sure that my headphones were plugged in the whole way because the mixing is that weird.
You are the unmoved mover, and I keep moving along. You are the unmoved mover, and I just keep moving along. I was born by the river, and just like that river, I'm gonna keep moving along.
Got a little taste of a song melody there. Kind of a filler track, I'll be honest. Probably my least favorite song so far. Next is Tonight, Was a Long Time Ago. Love that snare sound.
Well, I feel frustration coming as I hear them call his name, like they did so long ago. It feels just like his reputation is back on the line again.
And I like the vocal line in this verse.
Who you know? I made a promise that my love for him was honest. It's not out of context. Our love is not a contest. I've got a feeling that the truth's become opinion these days. That train has left the station, but our love will grow. It's floor to ceiling, unappealing, but who cares what they say? 'Cause it doesn't matter who, it only matters what you know. I hear the song back on the radio again just yesterday.
I like this song. It's kind of poppy, so it's up my alley for sure.
It won't be long before my stereo breaks 100,000 plays. I bring back sensory from the dead. I've got a feeling that the truth's become opinion these days. That train has left the station, but our love will grow.
You know, this reminds me of Scissor Sisters a little bit. I like the guitar solo. I'm not sure I like this secondary vocal hook. Something kind of awkward about it. But I love the guitar solo. The guitar solo rips, as my friend said.
What's the rumpus? When will the label dump us? They tried to stump us, now what genre will they lump us? I've got a feeling that the truth's become opinion these days. That train has left the station, but
I'd love some harmonies in this chorus, because the vocal line is so clean. It's so straightforward. I'd love a harmony somewhere there, but I feel like that's completely departing this from his signature style, you know? I'm sure a lot of the comments that I have on things I would change on this album would completely ruin it. The song is Underground.
sometimes it's over before it begins. And you feel all those needles and pins. And before I can
It's an interesting riff.
know, feels like tonight was a long time ago. She's flicking the light up on the stairs. The signal, she's finally there. You have to go now.
Ooh, I like the halftime.
Tonight was a long time ago. My pain's been released from my core.
Seems like the second half of the album
Better than
has a bit more focus on melodic singing, which I love.
just when she opened the door.
And his range is really impressive too.
I thought tonight was a long time ago. She's flicking the light.
That chord progression in the chorus is really awesome. I love the feeling of it. And the halftime. Mm-hmm. Mmm. That was a really awesome melody in the guitar solo, that lower one. This is a great song. Ooh, it's one of the longer ones. Awesome. Where could we possibly go? I love that we're taking our time with this one, developing it a little bit. The guy in the back of the studio yelling out. I know it's him, but the way it was mixed was kind of funny to me. This one is epic, I really like it. Yeah, number 1 was my favorite track, and that's probably number 2. Really, really, really good. This is number 1 with a bullet. This is sick. It's like a mixture, it's a mixture between a dirty feeling and a cute feeling to me. I'm in love with that riff. Does anyone else get some Freddie Mercury vibes from him from time to time? Especially in this song, I'm kind of hearing it. The chorus is probably my least favorite part. I understand that we need a break from that, you know, predominant groove, but I'm not sure if that was it. I love this part though. What even is this solo? It's awesome, but what is that? Is that a guitar or a keyboard or... It could even be a vocoder, to be honest. Although I doubt it. The chorus is definitely the weakest part of the song. Everything else is so catchy in this song. Like everything, except for the chorus. He does enjoy his high-pitched yelps, doesn't he? I really liked that one. That was a really strong one too. Definitely a highlight on the album. I'm sure others have pointed this one out too. Let's see. Next one is Morning at Midnight. A lot of these riffs have a similar DNA, but he's good at differentiating them quite a bit still. So he's really successful at making the album sound coherent and consistent. Ooh, I like that switch up. Weird melody. I respect it though. I love this type of singing from him. This lower ranged, softer, more delicate delivery. Really nice. That is such a weird melody. But strangely catchy too. His instrumental solo sections are always insanely good. I love this double time switch up here. This 3-song stretch that we've just had is really, really good. And his songs don't really sound like they're recorded to a click. They sound very freeform. This one is Missionary. One thing I will, excuse me. One thing I will say is I'd love to hear a bit more tonal variety from him. He likes to stay very much within the same mode, and like scale on the guitars and in his vocals. So whenever he breaks away from it, like in that weird melody in the chorus in the last song, it stands out to me and it sounds really good. But this song right here is sounding very generic, not in general, but just generic for him, you know? It's incorporating a lot of what we've already heard on the album, but not doing really anything unique with it to stand out as its own song. But this I like. Yeah, I mean, his instrumental parts always slap. That's a beautiful melody, you know, I'd love to hear more of that in this song. And I love how he developed this by singing it. That's awesome. That's actually exactly what I was hoping for. And the texture of the organ too. And now we're back to like kind of whatever for me. But this song does have some really cool parts. Next is Terminal, Archenemy, Endling. And I think this is the last song on the album, isn't it? Yeah. I like the movement of that riff. That sounded like a moment of sloppiness there for a second, but it could have been intentional. It was off by like half a beat. Maybe part of the charm of not recording to a click. Nothing really is standing out to me regarding this song for it to be an especially appropriate album closer. I do like that riff, but otherwise this one just kind of feels tacked on at the end. I like that ending. That was a creative ending. I quite like that. Okay, I just realized I've been mislabeling the songs for the whole reaction. So obviously this song is not the last song on the album. This song is Missionary. And the next song is Terminal Archenemy Endling. Sorry about that. Let's keep it moving. Let's see how this feels as an album closer. This definitely feels like more of a closer. This song has a cool sort of bittersweet feeling to it. I'm not sure about the switch up there. I like the slow melancholy riff, but I'm not sure how it pairs with this more energetic part. I'd love to hear this more bittersweet, melancholy atmosphere right here developed a bit more. And I love how we're settling into it now. I'm very into this whole Lonely Ranger vibes. The vocals. Such an interesting choice to mix those two vibes together. They sound very different to me, the slower parts versus this energetic part. Okay. Wonder what the dog audio has to do with this song. Hopefully that's the sound of dogs playing. They sound like they're in distress, but I'm sure they're all good. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that is very annoying that I mislabeled almost every song throughout this reaction, but I hope my comments were still relevant. Yeah, this was a fun listen. Challenging for me, as largely this album isn't really what I would listen to, but I was certainly able to identify the parts that I loved about it and the parts that didn't really appeal to me as much. I was expecting something a little more experimental overall, because I remember listening to some of his albums in the past, and they were very weird in a way that appealed to me. And this one kind of returned to more straightforward hard rock roots, which is totally cool because there were still elements of experimentation sprinkled throughout. It's just that experimentation wasn't really there as a main ingredient, which is fine, just not what I was expecting. His vocals are insane. He's such a talented singer. Obviously, he has such a broad grasp of his voice where he can deliver so many different tones, levels of aggression and stuff. Of course, as you can tell by my reaction, I preferred the more melodic singing parts. This album in particular, I don't know about his music as a whole, but this album in particular doesn't really lend itself to the melodic singing too much. It really fits well with the more classic aggressive rock, and also rapping style. And as far as that goes, it was really well executed, sounded great, and really enhanced by the production choice. And that might be my favorite thing about this album. No, the instrumentals and the guitar solos and stuff were my favorite thing about this album. But another really thing I loved about this album was how rough and ready the production and mixing was, and how well that fit the music. Because this album could be totally ruined by an overly commercial, I suppose you could say, approach to mixing, which is like drenching everything in compression and reverb and auto-tune, which I didn't hear a lick of on this album. It's possible he could have tuned his vocals. It's possible. It's even likely actually that some of these vocals were tuned, but if that were the case, it was completely not apparent. Really, I feel like I have a lot to learn from his approach to music in terms of just making everything feel a bit more natural and shoot from the hip, improvised, in the moment. Because in my music, I very carefully plan things out and compose things, and I make sure the production is very clean, but I am always looking for inspiration to give my own music more of a harder edge, and this album is a perfect example of a piece of art that I can probably take some pointers from. So this was a really fun and inspiring listen. I do stand behind some of my more constructive criticism as a listener, but I think that this was a really solid, energetic, raw, cohesive record. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's about it for me for today. I am on Patreon if you fancy some exclusive content and reaction suggestion opportunities. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.